I'm Karen Cosgrove. I'm a lecturer and research fellow at the Faculty of Life Sciences here at the University of Manchester. And I do research on pancreatic beta cells and stem cells and how we might be able to use those cells to treat diabetes. So regenerative medicine generally is a way of persuading the body to revitalise or to regenerate its own tissues. So if you have a disease of, say, the heart, it's a way of persuading the heart cells to form new cells in order to repair the problem that's there. They range from Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease, so diseases that affect the brain, through to diseases that affect other organs like the lungs and the liver. The potential is just massive, really. If you can think of a degenerative disease, the chances are that in the future there'll be some kind of regenerative medicine developed towards that disease. So I've been interested in diabetes for a long time and different ways that you might be able to treat diabetes. And as stem cells research was starting to take off, I began to think, well, this is something that could probably be applied to diabetes. And so I thought it'd be a good idea to try and find out as much as I could about stem cells and see if it was something that I could incorporate into my research. Diabetes is where your pancreas fails to make enough insulin to control your blood sugar levels. And if you don't make enough insulin, then your blood sugar levels start to go really high, and that's called hyperglycemia, and that's one of the main features of diabetes. And if it's not treated, it can be very dangerous. We're interested in making making new pancreatic beta cells that you could use for transplantation therapy in type 1 diabetes. So in type 1 diabetes, your pancreatic beta cells fail, and one way you can treat it is by having an islet transplant where you take cells from a donor and place them into the patient. But unfortunately there aren't enough donors. So what we're interested in doing is finding a new source of pancreatic beta cells that you could use for a transplantation therapy. I started off working with embryonic stem cells, and my group discovered that you could genetically engineer those embryonic stem cells to help make them turn into pancreatic beta cells. And we used a new method of doing that in order to make pancreatic beta cells. So hopefully what we'll be able to do in the future is we'll be able to turn either embryonic stem cells or induced pluripotent stem cells into mature pancreatic beta cells, and then we'll be able to use those cells in cell transplantation therapy. So we'd be able to treat patients with type 1 diabetes. That's what we're working towards. It's going to be a while in the making, though, I think.